All right. So we're going to start with number 15 in this problem. So we've got 3.785 liters in a gallon. How many liters are there in 4 gallons? So you've got 3.785 L per 1 gallon. Now we want to know how many liters, X liters, in 4. And then you cross multiply. So 1 times X is X. And then we've got 4 times 3.785. And that should give you 15.14 if you round. So 4 times 3.785. Yep, 15.14. Okay. Number 16. So in 16, you've got a ratio of A to B. So ratio could be written as a fraction. So you could write a ratio as a fraction. A to B is 5 grams of sodium chloride over 4 liters 4 of H2O, which is water. Now, I want to know how many grams of sodium chloride. So X, sodium chloride is on top, so you put sodium chloride here, X, over 12 liters of water, H2O. Then you cross multiply. So 4 times X is 4X equals 5 times 12, which is 60. So 4X equals 60. Divide by 4, divide by 4, X equals 15 grams, and that's it. Okay? Again, here you could also do dimensional analysis. You start with the 12 liters of water, divide by 1, because that's what you're trying to change. And then you come here to this. So 12 liters of water, so H2O here. So you're going to put the L, H2O here, so that they cancel out. So I go back to the A to B. It says 4 liters of water. So you put the 4 liters of water here. And then on top, you have 5 grams of sodium chloride. So these will cancel. So you have 5 times 12, which is 60, divided by 4. And that's it. Same thing. Number 17. So 17, you're changing weight. You have 2.2 pounds per 1 kilogram equals, you've got pounds on top, so you put pounds at the bottom. X, you cross multiply, you've got 2.2x equals 1 times 231, which is 231, divide by 2.2, divide by 2.2. Yep, and that should give you the 105. 105. All right. Number 18. $500 jacket is on sale for $75 off. What is the new cost of the jacket? So if you go to the store and then you see this nice jacket, you check the price as $500, you're like, woohoo, but it's on sale, which is good. And it's on sale for 75% off. Now, the first thing that I would think about is that if it's 75% off, it means I'm paying for 25%. I'm paying for 25%. So what is the new cost of the jacket? That is the 25%. So you do 25% times 500, and that should give you $125. Well, somebody might also decide to calculate the discount the 75%, and then after that you subtract from 500. That is also another way to do it. But this is, I guess, quicker than that. Okay. All right. Number 19. Number 19. So in 19, again, it's a setup. 1 ml of water has a mass of 1 gram. So 1 ml of water divided by 1 gram equals, and then you set up the mass of 4 liters of water. So you set it up. So this one, I'm going to skip it. I'm going to skip it. So you do it by yourself. This as well, I'm going to also skip this one. Uh, well, maybe let me just set them up for you so you see, especially if you're using uh, ratio and proportion. So I've got water on top, so I'm going to put 4L of water. Okay, so I see something that I have to touch on this one. 4L over X. But right there, you would see that this is ml, this is L. So we would have to change the 4 to ml2, right? Because they have to have the same units. So you've got to change the 4 liters to milliliters. So you have to do that. So you have to change that. Now, for L is the base. If you're using the King-Henry, you multiply by 1,000 to get your ml, which gives you 4,000. So we're going to change this to 1 ml of water divided by 1 gram equals 4,000 ml over X. And then you cross multiply. And then you cross multiply, which should give you X equals 4,000. X equals 4,000. Go to number 20. Now 20, I'm going to set it up, and then you can finish it. So you've got 3 grams. A medicine contains 3 grams per ml, which is 1 ml, equals. And then you've got, what is the mass? So you're looking for the grams. What is the mass of 50 ml? So I've got 50 ml, and then you're trying to find your X. You see it. So ml, grams, grams on top, and then you cross multiply. If you're doing dimensional analysis, you're doing 50 ml over 1 times. Now you put ml here, and then you put grams there. So this would give me 3 grams and then 1 ml. That is from here. 3 grams and 1 ml. And that's it. It's the same thing. All right, number 21. Number 21. So for 21, we've got tritium is a radioactive isotope of hydrogen. After 10 years, it decays to 1/2. So let me write stuff down. 10 years, it decays to 1/2 of original. 20 years, after 20 years, it decays to 1/4 of original. Wow. If we start with 52 grams, how much remains after 20 years? So this, it tells us that we are looking at after 20 years. Now, after 20 years, it decays to 1/4 of the original. After 20 years, it's 1/4 of the original. We start with 52, which is the original, 52 grams. So 20 years is going to be 1/4 of the original, which is 52. Or in other words, you're doing 52 divided by 4, right? A fourth, a quarter. So you have to divide 52 by 4, which gives you 13 grams. And that's it, 13 grams. All right. The next one, 22, is similar to one of the problems, but I'll quickly talk about it and then move on to the next problem. Some of them I did examples like that, and that's why I want to skip them. So with this one, you've got 3x minus 7 over 5 equals -2. You've got to do -2 over 1, and then you cross multiply. You cross multiply. So you have 5 times -2 equals 1 times 3x minus 7, which is 3x minus 7, right? Equals negative 10. And now you move the negative 7 plus 7 plus 7. This goes to 0. You've got negative 10 plus 7, which is negative 3, equals 3x. You divide by 3, you divide by 3. So negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. It's negative 1. All right. For 23 also, I did a problem like that earlier, so I'm going to skip that. 24, I'm going to skip. And then I'm going to look at 25, 25, 25, 25. So a patient weighs 220 pounds. They require 300 mg per kilogram. Okay. The drug is available in a suspension of 3 grams per ml. How many teaspoons should be administered? Okay. So you have a hint that 5 ml is 1 teaspoon. The hint is right here. Okay. So we want to know how many teaspoons that will be administered to this patient. First of all, we are looking at 3 mg per kilogram, but the weight is in pounds. So we've got to change the weight to kilograms. To change from pounds to kilograms, 1 pound is 2.2 kilograms. So if I have 220 pounds, you do that. So I've got, I mean, let me go back. Nope, that was a mistake. So 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, or 2.2 pounds is 1 uh, kilogram. So I'm trying to find kilogram, 220. Now you could bring the pounds on top, right? Pounds on top, and kilo, it's the same thing. So you have 2.2x equals 220. You divide by 2.2, you divide by 2.2. So x becomes 100 kilograms. So you've got that, kilograms. I think this problem is similar to one of the problems we did earlier. I forgot what number it was. So you could also go back and then check that one. Now we've got the weight in kilograms. Now it says that the drug is available in suspension of 3 grams per ml. 3 grams per ml. We also know that they require 300 mg per kilogram. Now, because you have the weight, immediately you've got to look at that, because this is 100 kg. Now, this tells us that you're doing 300 mg per 1 kg. So if I have 100 kg, if 1 kilogram will take 300, then 100 kg patient will take 100 times 300 mg. 100 times 300 mg. So if you don't know that, or if you don't know how to do that, just set it up. 300 mg per 1 kilogram equals 100 kilograms over x. You see it? And then you cross multiply like that. So x times 1 is x. We've got 300 times 100. And that gives you 30,000 mg for this patient. 30,000 mg. Wow. 30,000 mg for this patient. Okay. So in your mind as a nurse, you know that this patient is taking 30,000 mg because the patient is 100 kg. Now, the drug is available in 3 grams per ml. 3 grams per ml. So 3 grams per ml, but you know that the patient needs 30,000 milligrams. So you've got to change milligrams to grams. You've got to change milligrams to grams. To do that, you use the King-Henry, or you should remember that 1 gram is 1,000. 1 gram is 1,000 milligram. Oops. 1 gram is 1,000 milligram. 1 is 1,000. If I have 30,000, oops, going that way, I have to divide. With the King Henry, I have to divide. So going that way, I'm dividing. So you divide by 1,000. If you divide 30,000 by 1,000, you're getting 30. If you don't remember that, set it up as a ratio and proportion and then cross multiply. So 30,000 is 30 grams. 30 grams. Now, going back to the suspension, it says the suspension is available in 3 grams per ml. Now, this patient has to take 30 grams. So, again, you can set it up. I have 3 grams per ml, 3g per ml. Oops. 3 grams per ml. One ml equals, I've got 30 grams divided by x. Cross multiply. 3 times x is 3x equals 30. Divide by 3, divide by 3. So x equals 30 divided by 3 is 10. It's 10. So I have 10 ml. 10 ml. Now we need teaspoons. Here it tells us 5 ml per teaspoon. 1 teaspoon is 5. 2 teaspoons is 10. So I've got 10 ml, so 2 teaspoons. And that is the answer. If not, again, you set it up, okay? You set it up. All right. So you could also use dimensional analysis. I did a problem like this. You could go back and then take a look. Yeah. Or just send me your questions, okay? Send me your questions. Number 26, I'm going to skip it. Because you could set that up from all the examples we've looked at. Now, 27 divided by 30 into a percent. 27 divided by 30 into a percent. So we're doing 27 divided by 30, which is 0.9 times 100. That's all you're doing. So put that in a calculator. 27 divided by 30 is 0.9 times 100. That gives you 90%. Okay. So for the subtraction problem, that I'm going to skip. Again, you have to find the LCD of 8 and 7, and that is 56. 56. So you change the denominators to 56. You multiply 3 over 8 by 7 over 7. Oops, 3 over 8. 3 over 8 minus 2 sevenths by 8 over 8. Oops, yep, 8 over 8. And then you finish it, okay? Number 30, the last one. Yay! The sum of two consecutive even numbers, a plus b, is equals 94. If b is a over 2, what is a? Wow. So I'm going to write this out. A plus b equals 94. Now b is a over 2, so I'm going to replace b with a. B is a plus 2 equals 94. And then I solve for a. So I've got a plus a, which is 2a, plus 2 equals 94. So now I'm solving for a. Remember, these two are a and a, so 2a. So 2a plus, let me write it out here, 2a plus 2 equals 94. I subtract 2, I subtract 2. So I've got 2a equals 92. I divide by 2, I divide by 2. So a equals 92 divided by 2, which is 46. So the clue here was given to you that b is a over 2. So wherever you see b, you put in a over 2, and then you solve it. So I hope these videos help. If you still have challenges with any of them, send me your questions by email or put it in the comment, and then I will try to make a video, or we'll try to meet, or I'll find a way to still help you. Remember, you have to keep up the good work, review it, watch the videos, rewatch them, and it is a pass and go. Pass and go. Bye-bye.